Okay, so we are here with 5 super common bugs. Your code was working, you changed one tiny thing, now everything is on fire. We copy the error, paste it on Google, and find a Stack Overflow answer with zero explanation. Yeah, every developer has been there. So today we are fixing the 5 bugs. Let's go. Okay, so look at this. We have a variable called user data, but we did not give it any value, nothing. So JavaScript goes, okay, this is undefined. Now on the next line, we are trying to do dot map on user data. We want to loop through it and want to grab every user name, but user data is undefined. There's literally nothing there. You cannot map through it. So JavaScript panic and gives us this error. Cannot read properties of undefined reading map. This happens a lot when you are trying to fetch data from an API. The data takes a second to arrive, but your code does not wait. It runs immediately. So by the time you are trying to map, the data is not even there yet. So let's fix it. Okay, so one thing, there is a lot of way to solve any bug, to fix any error. So I will show you the two ways to fix this error. First fix. This one is the safeguard approach. We still have not defined any data in user data. As you can see, it's still undefined. But this time before we map, we check first. Is there something inside user data? If yes, map through it. If no, just print a helpful message and move on. So instead of crashing, we get a message data has not loaded yet. Clean control, no panic. This is actually really useful in real projects. Like when you are waiting for API data to arrive, you handle both case. Data exists, map it, data not here yet, show a message. So the second way is how it works in real project. You actually give real data first, an array with real values inside. Then before mapping, just check, does user data exist? Is there something inside? If yes, map through it. All three names, no crash, no undefined. So basically, if you are working with data that might not exist yet, use the if check without defining. If you have actual data ready, define it properly and check before mapping. Two ways, same bug, pick whichever fits your situation. Okay, so bug two, and this one is, I promise you have done this because everyone has. We have a variable called calculate and we assigned it value 42. It's just a number. Then down here we are calling calculate with brackets, and every JavaScript developer knows what bracket means. We are calling a function, but it is not a function. It's just a number and you cannot call a number. So JavaScript shows us a message like an error, type error, calculate is not a function. So if you want to call something like a function, make sure it is actually a function, not a number, not a string, a proper function. So we define calculate properly, takes two numbers, return their sum. Now when we call it with brackets, works perfectly, 18. So the bug three is, and this one is genuinely scary for the first time it happens. No error message, no red text, nothing. Your tab just freezes. And we are be like, did I just break my computer? No, you are at an infinite loop. Look at this while loop. We said keep running while I is less than 5. Sounds fine, right? But look inside. We are printing running. But we never change I. It stays 0 forever. So the condition I less than 5 is always true. And it just keep going and going and going. And okay, I actually run this. Brave decision. And console and look. This is printing, running, running, running non-stop. Tab freezes completely. So I have to close it. So just fix it. Make sure your loop condition actually become false at some point. We just add I increment. Now every time the loop runs, I goes up by 1, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And when it hits 5, condition is false. Loop stops. Done. Simple rule, if you have a while loop, always ask yourself, is there something inside that will eventually make this condition false? If the answer is no, infinite loop. So here's bug 4. Same energy, same frustration, just null instead of undefined. So let's know the quick difference. Undefined means something was never given a value. And null means JavaScript when looking for something and find absolutely nothing. Look at this. We are trying to grab a button with get element by ID, but the ID we typed, submit button, like mistyped. The actual button in HTML is submit button. So JavaScript searches the entire page, finds nothing, returns null. Then we try to add a click add listener to null. You cannot add anything to nothing. So it crashes. This happens so much time with DOM stuff. Wrong ID, wrong class name, or the element just had not loaded yet when your code runs. So just let's fix it. Okay, so here is two things to fix. First, the misspelled. Just read your ID carefully. Make sure it matches exactly what's in your HTML. Every single character case sensitive. And second, add a simple if statement. Check before touching any DOM elements. If button exists, go ahead. If not, log a helpful message so we know exactly what went wrong. Honestly, this if statement takes 2 seconds to write, but it saves you so much pain. Just make it a habit. Anytime you are grabbing something from the DOM, check if actually exists first. So the last one, off by one error. Look at this array, 5 fruits, index 0 to 4. Simple. Now look at this loop condition, I less than or equal to fruits dot length. Sounds reasonable. But fruits dot length is 5 and our last index is 4. So when I hit 5, there is no fruit at index 5. It's undefined. And we just printed undefined like it's totally normal. Loop runs 6 times instead of 5. One extra, that's it. But that one extra broke everything. So for fixing it, we just remove the equal sign. Less than or equal to length runs one too many times. Less than length runs exactly right. So all bugs are super common, completely fixable once you know what you are looking at. That's the whole point. Bugs are not scary because they are hard. They are scary because we don't recognize them. Now we do. If you ran into any of these today, or if there is another bug driving you absolutely crazy, drop it in the comments. We read every single one, and maybe your bug becomes the next video. Save this video, you will need it. Subscribe to Ctrl Z. I will see you in the next one. Bye.